From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening and welcome. The issue in Manipur is very complex. And I would like to begin by saying that in national interest, and I repeat, in national interest, knee-jerk, shallow reactions are not necessary. The horror of the video in which the women are paraded naked and the gang rape on these women, and the continuous murders and ceaseless killings in the endless ethnic violence in Manipur has shaken the entire nation. Everyone. You cannot be human and not be shaken and angry to the core over what has happened. But then tonight, I would say even tonight, I call for unity in our national response. We have to understand the importance of unity in our national response. We have to understand the complexity of the issue and the implications of what we say, our response. We have to understand the national security threat. There are 36 terrorist groups in Manipur, all of them fully armed. The same people who are calling for greater army presence and central intervention now are the same people who want the powers of the army always curtailed and denied in these violence-prone regions. They want the powers of the army to be taken away. And now they say, send in the army. There is a Chinese angle. Hundreds of thousands of Chinese arms are entering Manipur and being freely distributed via Myanmar, where the Chinese have a very strong presence. So what I'm saying is, politics in this case is dangerous. Politics is not necessary. Politics is against the national interest. It is ironic that the Vadra Congress, which carried out aerial strikes in Mizoram to handle the internal security situation, is lecturing today. The Congress, which ensured decades of endless bloodshed in the Northeast, has no right to lecture us today. When this round of violence in Manipur comes after many years of a hard-fought and hard-maintained peace in the entire Northeast in recent years. Ladies and gentlemen, it is always easy, I must say, to be wiser in hindsight. And questions will be asked, and the intelligentsia of this country should ask these questions. Everyone should be asked questions, everyone. It's a democracy. You can even question what courts do, what courts say. Was the High Court decision in this case right? Should the Supreme Court have stayed the High Court order? Not passed it to a division bench, but stayed the High Court order, understanding the contentious nature of the issue? As Justice D.Y. Chandrachud says, that if the government doesn't act, the Supreme Court will. This question of whether the issue itself should have been stayed by the Supreme Court to ensure that things don't flare up is also being asked and should be asked. Nobody should be above question in this country. Viewers, at the same time, the government should stop this whataboutery. If you're asked about Manipur, talk about Rajasthan. Like if you ask anyone about Bengal, if you ask the Trinamool about Bengal, they want to talk about Manipur. If you ask the centre about Manipur, they want to talk about the attacks on women in Rajasthan. To score a political brownie point, to balance things. This is wrong, just wrong. And what is wrong must be called out, wrong. Reality is, the government has complicated things and made a terrible mistake after mistake after mistake. And it is doing a mistake and carrying out a mistake in perpetuity by not sacking the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. And truth be told, if the opposition had been in power in Manipur, if Manipur would have been an opposition ruled state, the centre would have probably thought of imposing 365 by now. So trying to deflect will not help. We need a solution. The centre and the state government have made a series of mistakes. They need to stop now, and we're debating this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, debate one. Following the spine-chilling video of women being stripped, paraded, raped by mob surfaces, do we need intervention or whataboutery? Debate number two this evening. We'll go deep into the issues regarding and around Manipur. Look at both sides and ask who is fanning the fire. And here are the headlines, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday evening on the debate tonight. Abducted, stripped, paraded naked, and then gang rape. Manipur video has shocked all of the country tonight.
As of now, one has arrested yesterday, and recently I got one information, another one also arrested now.
77 days since the heinous crime, 34 days since the FIR, only 2 from the mob are arrested.
किसी भी गुनहगार को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। कानून अपनी पूरी शक्ति से, पूरी सख्ती से एक के बाद एक कदम उठाएगा। मणिपुर की इन बेटियों के साथ जो हुआ है, इसको कभी माफ नहीं किया जा सकता।
Prime Minister Modi expresses deep pain and anger over the Manipur barbarity, says there will be action, the guilty will not be spared. Supreme Court takes suo motu cognizance, warns and tells the government, warns the government. If the government doesn't act, the Supreme Court will. From Manipur to the parliament, outrage over the spine-chilling video, government says ready to debate. As Manipur enters the third month of unrest and violence, should the centre do more with stronger intervention? Ladies and gentlemen, the video of 3 women being groped, derobed, paraded naked, and then gang raped surfaced yesterday. The video itself has shaken the whole country, and it has triggered a major debate on the inaction in Manipur, the failure of the government, and the attempt to politicize the ongoing situation. Let's debate.
A mob of at least 30 dragging 2 women to the fields, parading them naked, groping them, and allegedly gang raping one of the women. A video so barbaric that it cannot be shown on national television. On May 4th, 3 women met with unspeakable crimes at the hands of Metis mob in strife-torn Manipur.
It was on this road that the 2 women were paraded naked, and from exactly here they took both the women to the field, and in this field they were gang raped.
The complaint was filed with the Manipur police on the 18th of May that clearly mentioned that a family of 5 was intercepted by the Meitei mob and taken from the custody of the police. The father was mercilessly murdered. The elder women in the family were stripped and paraded naked. The youngest woman in the family was gang raped, and the brother of the family who tried to intervene and stop that mob was also killed mercilessly by this bloodthirsty mob.
Ahung zama hile Meitei te khanong delu Meitei te nong del pharo a u kul taw khum a u kul pharo ke te ni pi sa ni mun chu ma them khat ka ke hei dok tawa ka ke hei dok gole ama chu ka u to ka u cha pa ne pen pa chu a jep lu mo ka u cha nu to ka hau sa pi chu awana su pe go angon ngon ane ke ra jono e re pe go are jo ho hi anu Meitei ge leong tha so go
77 days after the heinous crime and 34 days after the filing of the FIR, first arrest has been made.
Around 1:30 a.m., we have arrested one man culprit who are involved in this heinous crime. And the state government will make effort to get the culprit the maximum punishment.
The video has shaken the conscience of the country. Prime Minister has issued a strongly worded warning.
मेरा हृदय पीड़ा से भरा हुआ है, क्रोध से भरा हुआ है। मणिपुर की जो घटना सामने आई है, किसी भी सभ्य समाज के लिए ये शर्मसार करने वाली घटना है और मैं देशवासियों को विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं, किसी भी गुनहगार को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। कानून अपनी पूरी शक्ति से, पूरी सख्ती से एक के बाद एक कदम उठाएगा। मणिपुर की इन बेटियों के साथ जो हुआ है, इसको कभी माफ नहीं किया जा सकता।
The debate has resonated in Parliament.
A leader of the House suddenly get up and we are ready because the agenda is not read fully, because we have also given notice 267. You have to suspend all other business and take up this, not half an hour.
This means no other business till 267 is discussed first. Where does 176 come into this? There's no 176. It is on 267 and we want a discussion here on Manipur. We want a discussion.
But the ruling party's defense has been shrouded in whataboutery.
सोनिया जी, ये जो जोधपुर की घटना हुई है, इस पर आप खामोश क्यों हैं भाई? जोधपुर जिले में एक परिवार के 4 सदस्यों को जिंदा जला दिया गया। महिलाएं भी थी ना उसमें। हमारी पूरी रिपोर्ट है कि राजस्थान में आजकल बलात्कार की कितनी घटनाएं बढ़ रही हैं। पूरी रिपोर्ट हमारे पास। कुछ नहीं बोलती कांग्रेस पार्टी।
It's time the central government gives up the rhetoric and ensures stronger intervention on Manipur issue. Let's debate.
First, Ravi Shankar Prasad. Mr. Prasad, if Manipur was an opposition ruled state, the centre would have imposed 356 by now, not even waited for the Chief Minister to resign. But because it is not an opposition ruled state, you have given it a long rope, and that is the reason why you failed to handle the situation. I think you should acknowledge your failure at the start.
Arnab, first of all, I must confess, I fully share your agony, your pain, fully deserving. You know Northeast too well. This kind of incidents cannot be condoned. And today we have the assurance of the Prime Minister for the toughest action possible. His personal sensitivity about women's safety is too well known. Now, as regards Manipur is concerned, you have yourself outlined your initial comment how delicate, sensitive this area of the country is, also in terms of our strategic security. So, should we not presume it has to be handled with the best care possible?
But has the Chief Minister not failed? I agree with you, but has the Chief Minister not failed? Abhishek, and I have just one question for you. It should be completely apparent to you, everybody is talking about it. The Chief Minister is an absolute failure and you're defending him. Am I right, Abhishek? There's only point out here. You're defending him you have not failed to act on him, and all of us want to know the reason for your endless faith in N. Biren Singh.
Arnab, I hope I'm not going to join the debate with your other friends. Allow me to make 2-3 points. I know it is a sad day for the country. First, did the Home Minister
but it's not a debate. It's my question to you, sir. My question to you is, why are you having faith in N. Biren Singh? That's my only question to you, sir.
No, we are not. Even senior officers have been changed. All the cooperation is being given. Even the army chief visited there. Even the armed forces are giving all help to the state administration. Because the issue is not simply a political issue. The issue is also a strategic issue. Yourself, you mentioned about the vulnerability from the adjoining countries. I will not go into that detail. Therefore, it has to be handled with care. This incident is shocking. Toughest action has been taken, should be taken. But one thing I would like to say, Arnab, allow me to say this. Today, all of us had agreed for immediate discussion.
Mr. Prasad, this incident is a manifestation of the problem, and I don't think we can put it under the carpet. And my question to you is, why would you not have a full day, 2-day debate on this in Parliament, so that Manipur realizes that the whole country is standing up unitedly with Manipur? And if there is to be a full debate, let there be a full debate. I will broadcast the debate. I will cancel everything and broadcast the debate on Republic TV. And why is the government saying, when asked about Manipur, about the situation of women in Rajasthan, that in my view is whataboutery? Whenever a situation happens in Bengal, then the TMC says, let's talk about Manipur. You say, don't deflect the issue. Why are you deflecting the issue with whataboutery in the context of Manipur?
Arnab, I'm sorry you have not heard my full press conference, or it was not indicated in the initial comment. I said myself it is condemnable what happened in Manipur. All of us stand united. But yes, the rule of debate is important, or the debate is important. The debate would have started. The entire country would have seen the complete pain and agony across the party line. A bipartisan approach would have gone and sent a positive message to Manipur and Northeast. But my friends from the Congress were more cheesy about a particular rule. Come on, when the government is saying we are willing for having a full debate, what is the problem of you? And can we have a political brownie scoring point on the issue of Manipur? Or let a proper bipartisan consensus go? That is our very serious reservation.
I agree with you. I'm not for political brownie points. I want one more question from Abhishek. I want one more question from Abhishek on this. Mr. Prasad, you're a senior person. When I was passing out of high school, I saw the country burn. And Abhishek and I, we saw the country burn over the Mandal Commission issue. We know reservations are contentious. They are useful for politicians, but they divide the country. That's what VP Singh did during Mandal. Why has the BJP played with fire on the issue of quotas for the Meitei community? You've started the fire and you're playing with fire in what is already a very contentious issue. And I think it's wrong of you to do that, especially when you know it is happening at a time when there is a very fragile peace in the region. Abhishek, you want to take that with Mr. Prasad, explain a little more deeply.
If I could just say a couple of questions to what Arnab said.
Arnab, I'm sorry, I'm not going to debate, please.
Is the Chief Minister really taking central...
No, that's Abhishek Kapoor, not a debate. That's Abhishek Kapoor, my colleague.
Sir, मैं question add कर रहा हूँ to what Arnab said.
That's Abhishek. That's not you're not in a debate. Abhishek is asking one question.
Is the Chief Minister taking the central leadership on a bit of a ride? How is he being allowed to, for example, stonewall some decisions being taken by the centre? That's one question. Also, when the Manipur High Court, sir, gave that instruction to the state to tell the centre that maybe Maitis can be included in ST, the centre could have taken a little more clear position on it so that there was no misconception, no misunderstanding. And there was almost a month and a half gap available to do that.
Ultimately, the matter traveled to Supreme Court or not. If you ask my views as a student of law, perhaps that kind of order could have been avoided without a proper hearing. We know the sensitivity of the matter, but Supreme Court did intervene or not. There is a stay or not. And just to repeat, no, the CM is not taking for the ride. How can you ignore Amit Shah spending 4 or 5 days there, meeting all the communities? Army chief going there, many senior officers changed there. All this is indication of a commitment of our government to ensure peace there. Meiteis are important, Kukis are important, all the communities of Manipur is important. For me, Manipur is also a place where Subhash Chandra Bose unfurled the national flag. I have been to that place. Arnab will also recall that. Manipur is an integral part of India.
No, but all this is good, but what was the state government doing for 77 days?
Sensitivity.
After this incident, 77 days after the video was recorded, what was the government doing?
Arnab, on this, I have only one thing to say. Let us await the full action being taken. Prompt action has been taken. And today, the Prime Minister has assured the country that toughest action shall be taken. You all know the Prime Minister's commitment for gender equality and security of women and the way he promotes women's cause in the country. All of us are surely not happy about it. All of us are deeply concerned. It is a shaming incident. Action will be taken, and sure it needs to be taken. But yes, because you showed my bite or no, I don't want to score a brownie point. I have been to Calcutta leading a parliamentary delegation about the violence in the Panchayat election. It was shocking to say the least. But more shocking incident, 4 Dalits were roasted alive in a house 2 days ago. 1 Dalit girl was raped.
But why are you following the same tactic of the Trinamool Congress, Mr. Prasad? When we asked them about the violence in Bihar, in Bengal, where you led a fact-finding committee, they talk about Manipur. When we ask you about Manipur, you talk about Rajasthan. How does this whataboutery help Mr. Prasad at all?
Arnab, just don't misunderstand me, my friend. I am only on the hypocrisy of Congress on the issue in the parliament. I am not saying it all. I am only on that. But we even ignored that. Let there be a wholesome debate on the shameful incident of Manipur. We need to apply a balm, bipartisan balm, so that Manipur women do understand that their tormentation has been heard in Delhi and the entire polity of the country is united. I think that message needs to be
Have
sent.
a full debate, sir. Have a full debate. Let there be an open debate on this. That is the strength of our democracy. I understand the external security ramifications absolutely well, Mr. Prasad, and I'm with you on that. I thank you very much for joining me with your perspective. And now we are moving into the debate, where I have with me this evening Pawan Verma, former Member of Parliament, former diplomat, Atul Kumar Anjan, National Secretary of the Communist Party of India, Hardeep Singh Kingra, spokesperson of the Congress in Punjab. We have Jaideep Mazumdar of Swarajya, Sanju Verma of the BJP, and we have, of course, my friend Zarir Hussain, one of the foremost journalists of the Northeast, and he's the chief managing editor of the well-known channel News Live. Thank you very much. I would like to start with, and of course, Reena Gupta. I'm so sorry, I just missed that out. Reena Gupta and Riju Datta as well of the Trinamool Congress. Thank you very much. I would like to open with Mr. Anjan. Mr. Anjan, the situation is complex. And the government's defense at this point of time is let us solve it and not politicize it. I'd like your response to that.
Mr. Arnab, thank you for having such a debate too late in your news channel. 77 days have passed. Now Prime Minister is opening his mouth. He didn't speak any word. Either he was in abroad, and after coming from 2-3 nations, he never spoke. On small things, the Prime Minister in haste to tweet, but not a single tweet in favor of the people those are facing unprecedented crisis, Holocaust in their social and political and family life. Not a single word a Prime Minister spoke, and now he says, जो लोग जिम्मेदार हैं, बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. This word has been given by Rajiv Gandhi, and everybody says, बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. All the women, Dalit women, girls, and you see, girls, small girls who are every day raped in one corner of Uttar Pradesh or other, they are being the victim. No no person is being prosecuted. Lynching people, those who are involved into it, they are not बख्शा उनको नहीं जा रहा है, उनके साथ उनको माला पहनाया जा रहा है. एक परिवार के 14 people are killed. They were given verdict by the court for life imprisonment. They are being asked to come out from jail, and they are being given tremendous, love, affection by the ruling party. What to say? I was, Arnab ji, I am very much perturbed. I was looking after Manipur, each and every place of Manipur. I had been there. Just now my friend was referring about the Morang where Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, unfurled the national flag. I was very much there all the time, every second or third year. I go and join their meeting and celebrations over there. What happened? Manipur people, and you are abusing. Who ignited the fire? It is the government of India ignited the fire. It is the High Court where this matter was there. No seriousness from the central government or state government, and the High Court verdict came without any logical judicial intervention by the state. A person like Chief Minister, who is he? He was one of the most corrupt person in Manipur. When he was in Congress government of Ibobi Singh, BJP people made hell to bring him out from the cabinet. And now he is the second time Chief Minister. I don't want to say much more. No, don't politicize. But how
so,
you
but
will, give solace
I would like to. May I come in for a moment, Mr. Prasad? Mr. Anjan? No, I'm just trying to go to some other panelists also to get their view. That's all. I just want to get another view because I'm told.
I will not make.
No, you don't have to keep mum, sir. I just want to go to Pawan Verma because he's got to leave by 9:30, and that's my prior commitment to him. So I need to get him into the debate.
2 minutes? Can you give me 2 minutes? Only 1 minute. Only 1 minute.
Okay.
It's not the question of Manipur people. Manipur people are threatening many things. They are firing from the barracks, from different places. They have made roads, and now Assam rifle is there. They are fighting with the military, central police, scissor police. And the women are fighting. You have pushed them to fight such a thing. And Kuki, I am at the party which has won the many times the Imphal parliamentary seat.
Sir,
and we are the only
like
party,
to just come in now, sir, because I'm going to the next panelist. I will come back to you, Mr. Anjan. Just 1 minute. I would only like to, with all humility, remind you, sir, and let me go to Mr. Pawan Verma. I make a point. Let me get his view. My only point tonight, with all humility, I'm saying to Mr. Anjan, you were in the government with the UPA when between 2004 and 2013, 721 civilians were killed and 229 security persons were martyred in Manipur. So please think twice before you give that lecture about irresponsibility. You were in the central government when that happened. You were in the central government when that happened. I'd like Pawan Verma for his first reactions on the situation, please.
You declare from your channel, Manipur people are anti-national.
That's a comment you are making, sir.
Kuki or Nagas.
That's a comment you are making, sir. We don't make these comments.
I will not object.
Mr. Pawan Verma, please.
I will not object.
Can I get Mr. Pawan Verma's initial comments, please?
Thank you.
Mr. Verma, on this situation now.
Thank you, Arnab, and I'm very grateful for your sensitivity to my time availability. Look, Arnab, I just want to make a few points. First, as you rightly said, and I congratulate you on the stand you have taken today, it's a national outrage. It has shocked the conscience of the nation. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad is a personal friend. We both come from Bihar, but I was, frankly, very disappointed by his press conference today where he said there seems to be a conspiracy that this video has surfaced on the eve of Parliament. Is that the question we have to debate? Or is it the question that today Manipur has been burning for 77 days, and we have a video which really, as you rightly put it, cannot even be shown on TV, of the manner in which women have been brutalized. Now, my question to you is this. You gave the right reasons why Manipur has a strategic importance. It borders Myanmar. There are rebel groups in Myanmar, but it's a live border. There is a certain porousness as well. Manipur is a cauldron of competing ethnic communities who had begun, in spite of many hiccups, to live together. But now for 77 days we have allowed Manipur's problem to continue. And I must say also that I would have liked a person with the influence, the power, and as he said today in his remarks, the passion, like Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of the country, who has the greatest influence. I mean, one comment of his has a much greater impact than any other. When he said, let's not waste time on debating what's the content of films, the debate stopped in this country. I would have been happier if he had devoted more time to Manipur, had made a statement of this kind earlier, been more involved, precisely because it's a strategic border state, which is, in ethno-religious terms, always a problematic situation. So my view in this matter is, I fully agree with you that too much has happened now for the situation to continue as status quo and to give the promise that the guilty will be punished. Now is the time for the Chief Minister to resign, because he has been a partisan arbitrator in the whole proceedings. Ask anybody in Manipur. The Métis will accept it, the Kukis will accept it. There is a huge trust deficit. And we need a healing touch with a new process, which I think the government should initiate. And I entirely, finally endorse your view. Let's not indulge in whataboutery. Why couldn't a discussion be held in Parliament today? I've been in Parliament. Why was Rule 267 created? It was created that if there is something which emerges, which is of burning or national importance or has shocked the conscience of the nation, you can temporarily set aside the normal business of the House to discuss it. The government should have in fact volunteered that let's discuss this. We are as shocked as you are. And the Prime Minister and the Home Minister should have participated in the debate, leading the government from the front in order to build a collective solidarity around the issue.
I do look at that.
Instead, we are seeing competitive
I do understand that. I do take your point completely, sir. Now, Sanju, I will go to the TMC before coming to you, because I will get as many voices and then you can respond to all. It is also my view, I'm just giving my thoughts here, that I believe that it is not good to leave contentious issues hanging. And in this context, I would like to say the Congress was in power when the Tribal Affairs Department recommended Métis should be included in the ST list. So the issue of reservations for Métis was raised first by the Congress, and therefore I would like to know how they cannot take responsibility for the situation. The Congress left the talks hanging, and the Supreme Court 3 days back refused flatly to intervene with the High Court order on internet restoration, and it said the state can approach the High Court whenever it has any problems. Now, therefore, this issue has been left hanging. If we as a country, people, institutions wanted to deal with the issue, we could have said the High Court order is flawed, these contentious matters should not be raised, and for the High Court to say sort out the matter in a month and tell the governor come back to me in 1 month on this highly contentious issue on which there is a fragile piece and a possibility of things going out of hand, I think is very irresponsible of the High Court. With the great respect to the court, I would not hesitate to say that. Given that, I would now like to go across to Riju Datta, and please don't think it's a loaded question. Riju, But would you also like the Supreme Court to make similar observations in the context of 45 people who have been killed in the Panchayat elections in Bengal?
I mean, with all due respect, I do not have the capacity to direct the Honorable Supreme Court of India to take suo motu cognizance on what they want to take cognizance on. Unfortunately, not Bengal, but the highest court of law, the Supreme Court, has taken suo motu cognizance of the crime that has been perpetrated against women in Manipur. So that's the number one. Now, I will ask some very straight questions, and my questions are very simple. From 3rd of May or probably 4th of May, internet is suspended in Manipur, all over Manipur. So we got the video after 77 days. Now, Arnab Goswami is this point, and I'm 100% with him, that N. Biren Singh should be sacked immediately. And not only that, we know that army is controlling the situation in Manipur. So immediately, to restore law and order, 355, 356 should be imposed in Manipur. Third point, this guy or the bunch of guys or the hooligans who committed this sin, it is not a crime, it's beyond that, it's a sin. One of them got arrested as soon as it was in social media. What happened in the last 77 days? Why was they given a free hand? The Honorable Prime Minister went to France. He was talking about croissant. He went to New York. He was talking about tennis and golf. He went to Abu Dhabi.
I need to come in. This can't be a monologue by the TMC. I'm not sitting here to listen to a bhashan from Riju Dappa.
Being a woman.
Do you remember the Hamsakhali gang rape?
Let Riju complete, Sanju. After that, I will come to you. I will come to you after him. Please listen to him and let him complete his point, and then you can respond to him after that. Sanju, let him complete. I shall come to you after that. Thank you.
Councillor's son is the key accused in the Hamsakhali gang rape.
I will leave the debate.
So please don't sit here and give a bhashan to Prime Minister.
Sanju, I would like you, given the sensitivity of this issue, I would like everyone to speak one after the other. I request you, please. And Riju, please complete your point.
Given the sensitivity,
so you have every right to respond after he finishes. You have every right to respond after he finishes.
And I'm saying this in no uncertain terms.
There is hardly any time left on your debate, and I know you very well. You give ample time to the opposition, and then you say, Sanju, I'm sorry, we've run out of time.
I will extend the debate. You let him complete, and I will extend the debate.
Okay. Hamsakhali gang rape. Are you ashamed or not? Your TMC councillor's son was involved.
Do this.
You're giving a lecture to the BJP.
Sorry, excuse of a
the Kolkata High Court ordered
Riju, louder, I can't hear him.
into the Hamsakhali gang
does not sympathize with women. These psychopaths of Narendra Modi are not
pregnant wife and their 6-year-old son were brutally murdered in the post-poll Bengal violence in 2021. Where were you then? Where were you then? When Prakash Bandhu Pal and his 8-month-old pregnant wife were brutally butchered to death.
Let the debate continue.
I would tell you this. I would tell you this, Sanju. Sanju, may I? You know, Sanju. Why did your government not take a clear position? Not take a clear position on the Meitei reservation issue? No. You have timed it badly. Let me tell you one thing, and this is my reading, and I'm only making a few observations. I know many panelists have not spoken. I will let them come in first. Mr. Kingra and Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party. Mr. Kingra, now hear me. I can listen to anyone lecture about Manipur, Mizoram, Northeast. But let me tell you, there is Zarir Hussain on the program. Almost 3 decades of experience, one of the finest journalists of Northeast India and of the country. I will ask him, Zarir, of all the parties, does the Congress have a right to lecture about how to handle ethnic conflict in the Northeast, especially in Manipur? Zarir, your point and your question to Mr. Kingra of the Congress. Zarir.
Let me reply that.
Let us make our
No, let Zarir add to it and then you can reply. Zarir will add to it. Zarir will add to it and then he'll reply. Yes, Zarir.
Yes. First point is the incident took place on May 4th. FIR was lodged on May 18, 14 days after the incident. The first arrest was made only 59 days after the incident. So definitely after the Prime Minister spoke this morning, we came to know about the arrest, and now we are told that there have been 2 arrests. So definitely the BJP is on the back foot, so no denying the fact. But coming to your question, the Congress, it is the Congress's regime that the Northeast saw the bloodiest of insurgencies. Like, we have been covering insurgencies from the front. Like, we have faced insurgency, or we have seen insurgency from a smelling within a whiffing distance. So we know what insurgency in the Northeast is all about. And Arnab, you also know very well how the Congress in the past has, never ever tried to deal with insurgency or tried to settle insurgencies, especially in Manipur or Nagaland or for that matter Assam. But yes, over the last maybe 1 decade, insurgencies have come down to a large extent. So no denying the fact. Again, sudden burst of ethnic rivalry in Manipur, so which is not in very good taste. But your question, Congress definitely big question mark. You cannot simply give them a clean sheet and say that you did
Mr.
well.
Kingra, very opportunistic of you to make this this political. If you want to make this political, let me dig out your entire party's record in the Northeast. Mr. Kingra, are you ready for that?
Let me answer.
Manmohan Singh
Now, of
visited
course,
the
I'm ready, but
Northeast
let me answer that.
less than 5 times,
Let me-
despite being a member of parliament in the Rajya
let me
Sabha
answer
from
that.
Assam. Right
Mr.
from
Kingra.
1991
Arnab,
till
can you ask?
2019,
Can
in
you
28
Mr. Kingra,
years.
Mr. Kingra,
Let
Mr.
me
Kingra,
answer
Sanju.
this. Let me answer this. Why
I'm
this?
bringing him
Why
in at
she's not letting us
9:46.
speak?
Let Mr.
Why
Kingra
she's
make
not
his
letting me
point.
speak?
Manmohan Singh visit Assam.
Why she's not letting
In
me
28
speak? Why
Calm
she's
down,
not letting me
everyone.
speak?
I'm going to Jaydeep
Do you
also
think she
on the left.
speaks louder than me?
1 minute. Continue, Mr. Kingra.
We have to stop.
Less than
Mr. Kingra, continue. Sanju, please.
He should be asked to keep quiet. No, I will not. Till she stops. I will not till she stops. Ask her to stop talking.
Mr. Kingra, continue.
Now Rahul Gandhi wants to go to Manipur to
Ask her to stop talking, then I will continue. I don't want my voice to be dubbed. Ask her to stop.
Sanju, please.
Condemn the Jodhpur gang rape.
Sanju, hold on. You got a chance. You got a chance.
Mute her voice. I will talk
Mr.
only then.
Kingra should be allowed to
I'm not an
continue his
idiot to
point.
talk like
Mr.
that.
Kingra, please continue. Mr. Kingra, we have limited time. Please continue.
No, I will not. Till you stop her, I will not. I will not till
No
you stop her.
whataboutery,
I
Sanju.
will
Let
not till
him
you
speak.
stop her.
Sanju, everyone on the screen. Mr. Kingra, continue.
When will Ashok Gehlot resign? Why has Rahul Gandhi not?
No, I will not. Till you ask her to stop.
Why has Rahul Gandhi not?
Ask her to stop.
When will Biren Singh resign? When will Biren Singh resign?
के पूरी बहस को लहरा देना चाहते हो? अजरा चुप रहिए, सुनने दीजिए। आप बोलने नहीं दे रही हो, क्या बात कर रहे हो? अर्नब इसलिए बुलाते हो डिबेट पे भाई? You call us for this only?
Mr. Kingra, please continue. Sanju, please now. Mr. Kingra on the screen, please. Mr. Kingra, please. Thank you.
Are we supposed to?
Mr. Kingra, when will Ashok Gehlot resign?
Mister, I need now, I'll get the windows organized properly. I need Mr. Kingra to continue in making his point. Please allow that. Mr. Kingra, please.
Last week in Belgavi.
Okay.
Mr. Kingra, I'm not responsible for her not stopping. I'm responsible for asking you to speak.
She's not letting. No, but she's not stopping. She's not letting me speak. Okay. Boye ped babool ka aam kahan se khaye? You have sown the politics of divisiveness in this country. You have divided. There is a difference between insurgency and ethnic violence. Don't compare ethnic violence with insurgency. Okay? Now this is ethnic violence. Manipur is a trailer. When you divide the society on casteism, when you divide the society on classes, when you divide the society on religion, then you will have to face the civil war. And the Manipur situation is like a civil war. The army and the police is holding on to its barracks. They are
Mr. Kingra,
difficult for them to protect their own barracks.
Mr.
And
Kingra,
my friend, don't compare.
Mr. Kingra,
My friend, don't compare.
do you know what
insurgency
you're
with
saying,
ethnic
Mr.
violence.
Kingra?
Ethnic
Mr.
violence is
Kingra,
different
I want
than
Jaydeep Mazumdar to respond to you. Mr. Kingra, Jaydeep can ask you who was in power when over 1,000 cookies were killed in 1990. 10,000 people were displaced. Who was in power? Forgot? Jaydeep is on the debate. Jaydeep.
No.
Yeah.
Jaideep is on the debate. Everyone on.
I want to ask the Congress spokesperson, the Kuki-Naga clashes in 1992-93, who was in power that time? P.V. Narasimha Rao was in power. The Meitei-Pangal clashes, riots in May 1993, who was in power that time? The Congress was in power. I'm not talking about insurgency. Let's forget that. But the Congress was in power that time, and the Congress what was the Congress? Could it stop the violence? And the other thing, let me also ask the honorable CPI leader, who was in power? Who was the Home Minister of the Union of India of the country when the Kuki-Paitei clashes happened in 1997-98? It was your party. It was your party leader Indrajit Gupta who was the Home Minister. But I'm not going to go into this whataboutery. This debate should not be about whataboutery at all. What I'm going to say is just this.
Should the people be arrested when the Prime Minister intervenes? Should the people be arrested when the issue is raised in the Parliament? Should they not have been arrested earlier?
Leaving that aside,
should they not have been arrested earlier? Was this video not available with the police?
The video that we saw.
What are you talking, man?
The video that we saw today.
Don't politicize this issue. The entire country will burn one day. If you sow these seeds, the entire country will burn one day. Don't do it in the national interest.
Sir, 1 minute.
Let me come to the main issue. Allow me to come to the main issue. Give me just 1 minute. I'll come to the main issue.
Look at the BJP MPs making statement.
The video that has surfaced.
I just would like 1 minute, Jaideep. Jaideep, I just want to get Reena. She's not spoken at all. And Reena, listen. My question to you is this, Reena. Reena, listen to me. And this is the test of whether your position on the issue is convenient politics. My question to you, Reena, is this. Please listen to me. You did not speak on multiple issues. I will never compare one issue to the other. But today you will not speak on the Bengal violence. You will not speak over the murder of tribal girls in Jharkhand. You will not speak, Reena, over the alleged attack on a parliamentarian in Rajasthan. You will not speak on all these issues. And when you know there's a national security angle to Manipur, why are you, the Aam Aadmi Party, at a different position on these issues? Don't you think the Chinese will benefit if we are not united, Reena Gupta?
The parliamentarian killed in Gujarat.
Arnab, you were just saying, can I speak please now? Today, as a woman, my blood is boiling that 2 women have been raped, paraded naked, and the Prime Minister of this country, who calls himself Chappan Hasina, he is saying that the Prime Minister is saying
let us speak. Sanju, 1 minute.
He is the Prime Minister of the country.
Reena, louder.
He is supposed to be the most powerful person in this country. Why is he not serving
Reena, louder.
The Chief Minister who's saying that 100 other such cases have occurred because this is a party that always stands with rapists. This is the Bharatiya Rapist Party. This is not
Sanju.
Arnab. They stood with Kathua rapists. They have stood with Unnao rapists. Whether it's the Hathras case, whether it's the
Arvind Kejriwal is the most incompetent chief minister. During the Delhi march, he said, "मुझसे कुछ नहीं होगा जी." During the dengue in 2016, he said, "मोदी जी कुछ करिए."
Reena is on the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to just one last point tonight, and you all know I'm extending the debate. I'm extending the debate today. I'm asking you one question. In national interest, listen to me, sir.
Why has Kejriwal not condemned the Chief Minister for Rajasthan? Why has Kejriwal not condemned the ghastly rape in Jharkhand? Why has Kejriwal not condemned?
Atul Kumar Anjan, I want to read out 2 tweets, and my question to you is, my question to you is, Atul Kumar Anjan, do you think a parliament, a full day, 1 or 2 day parliament debate will lead to unity or more division? But my concern is, we don't want more division. If you were in government, Mr. Anjan, you would have said, let us handle the situation and debate it later. Do you think the government should be allowed a week, 2 weeks to handle the situation? and then have a debate later. Mr. Anjan.
Government has
They are not
miserably
handling
failed.
the situation. What are they
Miserably
doing?
failed.
Manipur is
Mr.
burning and
Arnab,
the Prime Minister is going and
you have
whining.
said somebody has correctly raised this question, and the answer is very good and very convincing.
Anjan.
That entire parliament should, who is speaking? Why you bring such type of, you see, people of unsound mind? Let's make some sensible issue, sensible talk. अरे बाबा, what happened? अरे भाई, थोड़ा सा तो समय लो अपनी जुल्फों को संभालने का, थोड़ा तो समय लो, हम भी अपने को ले लो, अरे थोड़ा तो लो, इस वक्त हर वक्त जुल्फें लहराने की जरूरत नहीं है, थोड़ा समय लो, अब इससे ज्यादा मैं आपसे क्या कह सकता हूँ, बोल लेने दीजिए, ए मोहतरमा, बोल लेने दीजिए, और नहीं तो इनकी आवाज खत्म कर दीजिए. The question, Mr. Arnab, is very correct question, and I think Prime Minister should take it up. He should take an all-party Home Minister should take a all-party member delegation to the Manipur. And I just want to remind you, longest-serving Chief Minister of Manipur was a Naga leader, Rishang Kishing. Such type of development has not taken place. Yes, I just want to tell you, at the very outset, you have said many things. There was some insurgency, but that during the last 65 years, the government of India has faced, and they have come to a conclusion, and there is a peace. When the Fijo issue came, Mr. Fijo, there was a Naga issue. When National Socialist Council of Nagaland, led by MI, that is now under you see pressure, and we had a good relation. Why we forget Lal Denga, those who were supported by the forces outside the country? Now there is a peace and tranquility. There are certain things that happened which has disturbed the entire Manipur, and if the entire Northeast people, Naga and Kuki unite, they will the overwhelming majority. So I think, Mr. Arnab, your idea is a very good idea, and the question which has been raised, all party delegations should go, and we should put and say, Prime Minister should also say, and I apologize before the people of Manipur that we could not do justice for it. Forgive us. We will never treat you in future like this.
Now, I want to just say two things at the end, if I may say so, sir. As someone from the Northeast myself, first thing I want to say is that the problem in dealing with issues in the Northeast has been the issue of lack of empathy and the slowness of response. If incidents like what is happening in Manipur had happened closer to the national capital, then the response would have been far speedier. In the case of Northeast, the response always is try to put a cover on it. To the BJP, I would say, don't think you can get away with what used to be the Congress response of putting a cover to it. To the BJP, I would also say tonight, and they may think I'm being too critical, but I will be. Just because the Congress has made mistakes in the past does not give you a certificate and a right to make the same mistakes later. The third point I want to make is the mistake of the courts also. The Chief Justice of India should introspect and maybe make the courts also realize that if the High Court made sort of a wrong observation on it, then Justice Chandrachud should lead the way in passing a very strong critique of the response of the High Court, which said in 1 month the governor has to decide on the issue of reservation. That kind of pressure is not necessary. And finally, please let us have an all-party delegation go to Manipur. I am totally with Atul Kumar Anjan on this. I believe that that's all I can say tonight. On the other side, in case you didn't know what the problem of Manipur is all about and why you need to know the details when I'm back.